Mixed voice. This is probably one of the biggest buzzwords in the singing world. And it makes sense because every voice teacher out there is screaming at the top of their lungs how mixed voice is going to be the solution to almost all of your problems. So it makes sense that singers everywhere out there singing all different kinds of genres, except maybe classical music, would, put a lot of effort and time and energy and resources into trying to figure out how to unlock their mixed voice and sing in mixed voice and develop their mixed voice. I was no exception. I did the same thing for more than 10 years. I was trying to figure out, how can I get my voice to work in this stupid middle part of the voice, right? Like low notes, no problem. High notes, no problem. The stupid part in the middle, that was the hardest part for me to figure out. And I have taught hundreds of voice lessons over the year, and probably at least every other voice lesson that I teach with a new singer in front of me, they're like, I can sing low notes, I can sing high notes, but why can't I sing the stuff in the middle? And I'm like, that's actually very common. It is the most common issue that singers experience in their vocal journey. So if that is you too, don't worry, this is very common and there is a solution to this problem. But here's the thing. Mixed voice is not actually going to be the solution for this middle part of your voice. If it was, I'm pretty sure I would have figured it out how to do all this stuff after 10 years of trying. But no, I couldn't figure it out. I was still just pushing my chest voice up there. I was trying all the nay, 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 and wah, and meow. All these whining and meowing and twangy kind of exercises, and nothing worked. I was either just pushing and straining and, blowing out my voice left and right. Actually, it was so bad that I even developed vocal nodules. Not a good time. Or I would just have to flip into a lighter head voice. So 10 years of trying, and I still couldn't do it. Obviously, this made me wonder, is there something wrong with my voice? No, not necessarily, because I am by far not the only one who experienced this. In fact, more singers are like me than not. In the sense of, there are only very few singers out there where mixed voice, mixing, comes very easily and naturally to them. Coach Emily from our team is one of those lucky people that we are all very jealous of. They can mix all day long like it's nothing. It's their sweet spot. It's what their voice naturally does best. But for all of us other singers, as unlucky people, that's just not the case. And we work so hard to try and get us into a mixed voice, and nothing works. So no, there's nothing wrong with our voices. It's just not our natural inclination, something that just happens for us. We have to work really hard to do it, and more often than not, it doesn't work. But that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with us. It just means there's something wrong with the approach. And here is the very unsexy truth around mixed voice. Mixed voice is not the solution to your problems. Mixed voice is actually your destination. It's not the path to get you to a smooth voice. It is what happens naturally once you have built a solid and balanced foundation. It's the destination, not the path. Unfortunately, this means that all of these mixed voice exercises out there will actually not do anything for you, again, unless you're like Emily and you can just do this kind of stuff. What you need to focus on instead is figure out what in your foundation, your vocal technique foundation, is holding you back from experiencing mixed voice naturally. That's what you need to work on, not adding more twang on top of your sound that's just going to make it feel even tighter in your throat or make it sound even brighter without actually making it more powerful. These kinds of exercises only work once you already have solved your underlying issue. And if you've been in and around our world and you've seen me talk about mixed voice before, then you've probably heard me say you have to identify what in your foundation, right? The underlying issue, you have to identify that first before you can do any of the other things. You've probably heard me say that more than once already. And that is unsexy. Nobody likes to do this kind of work because it's not flashy, right? But it is the kind of work that needs to be done to see the results that we want to see. In this case, to get into a mixed voice so that we can create smooth transitions and sing high notes with more power without cracking or flipping or straining or pushing or whatever. We have to identify what in our foundation is going on that keeps us from accessing this mixed voice sound. So here's what this means for you. Stop doing so-called mixed voice exercises right now and identify what is going on in your foundation instead. I promise you, you will see results so much more quickly that way, because it's exactly what I did. Coach Emily from our team actually was the one who made me aware of this and helped me with my own voice after, blowing out my voice and developing vocal nodules. She helped me nurture my voice back to life, and she introduced me to this concept, and she helped me identify what exactly in my foundation was going wrong and was keeping me from doing this stuff. So that is what you have to focus on now. And I promise you, you're gonna see results more quickly than continuing down the path of just doing mixed voice exercises. Now you might be thinking, I have no idea how to identify what in my foundation is missing, is holding me back from experiencing this mixed voice bliss. I'm not a voice teacher. I don't know how to do any of this stuff. Then please, please, please come and join us in Emily and I's live class where we're going to help you do exactly that. We're going to walk you through the system of how to identify what in your foundation is missing, where is the imbalance, what is keeping you from actually singing in your mixed voice. And then we'll take a couple steps beyond that as well so that you can actually shape your sound and learn how to sing any note in any way and experience true vocal freedom so that you can sing whatever it is that you want to sing, however you want to sing it. That is the goal, right? Why else would you want to work on your voice? Otherwise, you could just, keep the voice that you have right now and be like, I'm happy with that. No, experiencing true vocal freedom is the goal. And that's exactly what this class will be for. So please be sure to join us there live, and we can't wait to see you there.